Good morning. How are we? It is pinch punch, first day of the month, 1st of March. What a difference that weather made over the last few days. Hopefully that continues. Definitely does uplift everyone's mood. And we can now say that we are now doing some in-person sessions this month as we start outside in our small group ladies only sessions this month from the 29th too. Let's go alongside the live workouts. Good morning, Judith. Give me a hello if you're coming in. Now, I wanted to just touch on motivation today, as that is the thing that comes up the most time when I'm speaking to people. Ladies who often start on the program will often say that motivation to actually do the things that they know they need to do is the hardest thing to do. And quite often we just think it's because there's something wrong with us. But I firstly just want to say that it's okay not to feel demotivated. It's absolutely fine. It's okay not to feel motivated. It's okay to struggle with motivation sometimes and feel like that, because actually, as the research shows, most people will struggle with motivation on their journey. And there's a few things you can do to put that in place to help with that. Now, number one is just to consider the alternative. So consider the alternative if you didn't do the thing that you're trying to do. Let's take exercise. I can't motivate myself to actually exercise. There's millions of free workouts out there. Let's face it. One search on Google, I could get 1 million workouts in. But I'd probably spend more time looking for the workout than actually doing it. But that's besides the point, and that's one of the reasons, overwhelm. But consider, what's the alternative of not doing the exercise? There must be something that you do instead that you're perceiving the benefits of more highly. Or they provide us with instant gratification, aka sitting on the sofa and watching TV is a lot more instantly gratifying than going, right, I'm going to find this workout, And it's about shortening the steps it takes you to do the exercise. Something we do on our Kickstart program is I just message you a 10-minute workout. So by having that 10-minute workout, even if you don't have the time, you have the most stressful day ever, where you're like, I haven't got time to, we've all bought an app before, right? We've all bought an app, a membership area, all that stuff. And it looks really pretty, but, then after a while, you're like, I haven't logged in 2 days. I haven't logged in a week now. But all we need sometimes is, right, these are the live stuff happening today. But if you're struggling for time, do this. Okay, don't even need to log in. Click that's in my text folder now. Right, I've got the text from Matt. I'm ready to go. I'll just do that. That limits the choice, which means we do it. That's my number one thing for you. Now, on that though, I haven't touched on actually the alternative. The alternative to not doing it also, what are the costs and benefits of that? So this kind of brings me into number two. What are the costs and benefits of doing the exercise? What are the costs and benefits of not? And it's about reaffirming in our head. And something we do at the start of our Kickstart is go over benefits cards. Benefits cards are so important. I'd advise you to do this today. Just take this step today, actually. Just write down 2 of the 3 top benefits that you would get from exercising more. What would be different in your life if you exercised more than you do now, or maybe had a better relationship with food, were in more control of snacking, ate more balanced meals, nutrition throughout the day? What would be different? And I'll just read out some of the things that people say. I'll worry less about getting ill. I'll feel more confident. I'll feel as if I've accomplished something important. I'll feel like myself again. I'll be more physically fit. I'll have more energy. I'll live longer, potentially. I'll be able to exercise, move without discomfort. I'll be less out of breath going on walks with the family. I'll get more compliments. I'll feel less self-conscious. I'll be happier when I look in the mirror. I'll wear smaller clothes. All these things that come up, and it's important to write these down and read them daily, because what you read, what you consume will dictate or influence what you do, okay? So it's really important you have them in top of mind awareness if you're struggling to motivate yourself. If you're struggling to motivate yourself, have them handy, top of mind awareness, because let's face it, what would be different if you just did what you said you would do more? And for me included, and that question is like, wow, what could I achieve if I did what I said I would more often? How would I feel? Who else would benefit with that? Because sometimes we struggle to do things for us, but we'll do it for other people. And it's important not to judge yourself for doing that. And I think it's an important thing. So some people might say, you know what, I'm not exercising because I haven't got time, because I need to, look after the kids, homeschool, all their stuff. And that's great. That's because you value your family. That's a really important thing to do. So how can we look at that value of I value my family to influence if you get that exercise in? What happens if you exercise more? Well, if I exercise more, I'm then going to have more energy to do more stuff. I might actually be more productive. I might be more patient with my kids. I know for me, if I've exercised, I feel it's just miles better to be around. The smallest things are less irritating, whether they're like, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. There's only so much you can take when you're like tired and a bit stressed. Whereas exercise for me is like my domino. If I get that in, everything else just goes a bit more smoothly. I'm better to be around. I have more energy, more patient with others, better at what I do. I have more energy. And when I think about that, okay, if I have more energy, who else is going to benefit? Well, the people I work with will benefit. Family benefit. And say their names as well. It means a lot more for you. Then, okay, if I value my family, I've got to do that. Now I'm aligning positive actions with what I value. And that's a stronger link. The last question I just want you to think about today, it's Monday, first day of the month. What happens 5 years from now if you don't get a handle on this habit? And I talk about this a lot, but it's a powerful question because sometimes it just brings us back into like, okay, and have that written down somewhere that you see, because everything is a choice. And where we are now is a reflection of our habits over the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months. And where we are now, but the exciting thing is where we are in 3, 6, 9, 12 months from now is a reflection of what we do today. And it's important to just focus on that today, because today is the only thing that exists. So if you're worried that you won't be able to stick to something because you haven't stuck to something in the past, don't worry about it. Actually, just treat today as day one. Day one can be every day. Imagine how good was your day one. Consider that. So whenever you've started something, how good was your day one? Like when you go in on something, day one, that enthusiasm, that motivation, that confidence, that excitement. Imagine every day was day one. If you just treated it like that, what would be different? It's something we're doing inside our accountability challenge. Morning, Maggie. What would be different in that if every day was day one? I've gone off on a tangent here. This wasn't even what I was going to talk about. But I hope that's helpful. That day one thought. And thinking back to, actually, the day one of everything I've done, the excitement, that enthusiasm. And it's something we do in our Kickstart is to help with this, is that 2-week mark. Because research shows that, a few weeks in, people that honeymoon period will start to go. Whenever someone starts any habit change, anything new, anything, that excitement can start to go. So that's where we bring in those one-to-ones, that more intense accountability. And, it's not for everyone. Some people are just happy to get with it. But for some people who really struggle with that motivation, who want that extra kind of touch, that personal touch, that accountability, that kick up the bum, that on your shoulder, like, hey, come on, let's do it. Reminders, top of mind awareness, because like I said, we need to remind ourselves, and something we do in here with the benefits cards, keep them top of mind awareness. What are the top 2, 3 things that if you did this and stuck to it, if you did what you said you would do, what would be different in your life right now? Who else could possibly benefit? It's something I remind myself of every day. So I hope that helps. Have a lovely Monday. Hopefully we get some nice weather again. Like I said, what a difference to the mood it makes. So any questions, let me know, and we shall go from there. Make it a great day. Speak soon.